Hey, Jason Rice from LotParty, our episode 11. And I wanted to go over one. I hope you catch episode 10. If you didn't, you can on the site. You can catch all the old episodes, but the last one I interviewed Ben Pridemore, one of the best used car managers I know. He's out there running over 110, 120 used cars at a 19-day average. His average is always under 20, and he makes pretty good profit on all these cars. He's phenomenal at what he does. Catch out that episode because it really goes into turning that inventory. And what we're going to do today, and here, a quick intro again, what is LotParty? Why do we have it? One of the things, if you ever worked at a dealership, you know what a LotParty is. Everybody teams up, the sales team, porters, they go out and move those cars around to stir things up, get some maybe eyeball, some traffic on your lot. Well, what LotParty, what we're doing, we're going to do the same thing, but what can we do virtually? What can we do with our cars online to stir things up to drive more traffic? Again, Ben does a great interview. I've done other interviews on, photo management, to, small store struggles, to large highline store struggles and things like that. So check out the new cars and what can you do on new cars. We did that in the very first episode. But this episode, I'm going to interview Tom Gallagher. He's actually a very good friend. He goes back probably 15 plus years. He has the software system, Autos on Video, which is basically, he's just out there. The reason why I want to talk to him was, this is a guy that's been in the trenches. I used to work with him when I was at a dealership. He was our photo guy. He owned a company, and he had people working for him, but he was out there getting his hands dirty, pulling up cars and taking pictures, and he's been doing it for years, and now he's also dipping into video. And I wanted to understand, video's popular. We know the impact of it, and that dealers should be doing it, but I want to get a little bit deeper dive. What are some advantages that versus just taking my cell phone and doing a YouTube video? What are some advantages of using a software product like him? It's not so much to pitch his product, but obviously you need to know about it. So what's out there that can help you other than just typical, YouTube videos and so forth, and what's good and what's bad. So it's a great interview. Catch it here. We're going to be now every Monday, new episodes. So you don't have to worry about, I missed the show at Thursday at 2:30 now. All the episodes are on Autotainment Network. I also have LotParty.net. We'll take you right here. Please subscribe, like the videos, watch them. But every Monday we're going to have a brand new episode, so I hope you enjoy this one with Tom going over videos. Thanks for your time. Hey, Jason Rice here with LotPop. I'm here with Tom Gallagher. He's with Autos on Videos, and we're going to go over again what the impact is on videos out there in the market, both on VDP pages and just maybe the stickiness of it, and techniques and ways that dealerships are using video to help increase sales, and even we're going to dabble into help increase your service department. And Tom, we go each other probably 15 plus years, but go ahead and introduce yourself and give us your background a bit.
Certainly. Thanks, Jason. I appreciate it. Yes, Jason and I have known each other for probably 15 years. I started a company, UAutoB, which was a lot service company where we service dealers, and Jason was one of my customers, and take photos, print the labels. When I first started, the competition was using a single thumbnail for the photo, and that thumbnail was divided into 4 photos. So they jammed 4 little photos on that thumbnail. And when I started using 9 photos, and so we really gained some nice market share at the beginning. Fast forward, last 4 or 5 years, a friend of mine contacted me and asked me about video in the auto dealer space, and whether it was a viable option, whether it was something we should pursue. And we've been a little bit ahead of the time because it's been kind of a uphill battle trying to sell it at the dealer level. Yeah. But we're starting to get traction now, and dealers are starting to realize the significance of video. When you think about when you shop online, whether you're shopping for a new shirt or a pair of shoes or a watch, there's a video available for it.
Yep. Yeah, that's why we're doing this show. That's why I try to do weekly tips. But that's another reason why I wanted you on the show, because you're out there in the trenches. I understand you're running the company, but you're not a CEO that hasn't been in the industry or haven't got your hands dirty. You're out there taking pictures of cars and know those challenges. A few weeks ago, episode 2, I think we dug in a little bit deeper on photos, and it's kind of weird what you find out there if dealerships don't do the virtual lot walk. But, part of the show is, we don't pitch product, but obviously we need to know a little bit of your product so we can understand what some of the techniques dealerships can use with photo. What are some of the options? Well, here, let me start this way. One of the things that I've always pushed for dealers, again, before these products like yours started coming out is, go grab, I think, your cell phone. I had a capture app on my cell phone, which is an iPhone, and the capture app is hooked up with my YouTube channel, so I literally could go out there, hit record on this capture app, walk the car, hit upload, and by the time I'm at my desk, it's on my YouTube channel, and then I can send the customer the link. But other than that, I don't know if the customer sees it or not, but what's an advantage to using a software like yours versus doing stuff like that?
Great question. I appreciate it, Jason. What's interesting is when I'm talking to a dealer, they'll say something similar. Why should I buy your product over just grabbing my native camera on my phone? Yeah. And the big difference is speed to market. We've got an app that we've developed, and we've made it very, very simple, so anyone can pick it up, shoot it. You can shoot segments, which means you can shoot the driver's side of the vehicle, then walk around to the passenger side, but you can pause in between. Okay. So you're not bouncing all over the lot and jicky-jacking, and it looks like heck. The other thing about it is we have designed it so you can shoot the video and then hop in the front seat of the vehicle and watch the video on your phone and do a voiceover as you're watching the video. Now you're introducing yourself to your customer, and you're explaining the video. You're out of the wind, that fire truck that goes by that you weren't expecting. Yeah. You don't hear that. And then the thing about it is it generates an email. All you have to do is enter the customer's email address, hit send, and it's off. So you do a 2-minute video, you do a 1.5-minute voiceover, and bam, it's gone. Okay. And so the stitching and the editing's done because you're pausing it and getting through it. 2, you can voice over without, like you said, a bunch of wind noise. So when they're recording, they're not talking then, like you would maybe on that capture app where you're going to walk and talk and then upload it. This, you're just going to record and then maybe mute it recording, right, to where you're not capturing the noise, and then you sit down and do the voiceover? Well, we designed it so you can do multiple ways. You can walk and talk, but I hate to sound like I'm being the old cliche. A lot of people can't walk and talk and shoot a video at the same time. It's pretty complicated. Yeah. So we designed it for, there's people out there that are really gifted, and they can walk around a vehicle, they can talk about the features of the vehicle, and they can do a great job at that. We designed it so you can do it that way. You can do a voiceover as you're watching the video after you've recorded it. You can just have music if you like. You can have silence. And then on the inventory piece, we provide a human voiceover that's VIN specific. That way when the customer opens the video on the website, they're getting a human voiceover plus a full motion VIN specific video, as opposed to that, I don't like calling it even video, the stitched together photos that people think are video. They click on it thinking it's a video, and then they get frustrated because it's stitched together photos. It's the pictures I already looked at. Yeah. So I'm assuming then you're taking that video, not only can you email it to a customer, but that can go to your website. Can it go to their YouTube channel? Can it go to autotraderandcars.com? How does that work? Yeah, and on top of that, we have a dashboard that we create a bit.ly link, and now you can send that bit.ly link. You can also do another voiceover on that same video, repurposing that video, and you can send it to your LinkedIn, Facebook, Google+. There's multiple places you can send it to. So we've tried to think of every opportunity where a user could use video, where they need video, and try to provide that application for the dealer. Okay. Now, I might catch you off guard here, but if this is something you're doing, I think it's phenomenal. If you don't do it, I think it'd be an angle to do. When I sit down and I'm a salesperson and I'm taking a video, again, instead of using the YouTube thing and sending it to them, I use your app. I sit down, I voice over it to it. Hey, Jason, or if you want to get specific or not, hey, Jason, here's this car, blah, 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 blah. And then it prompts me to enter their email address. Can that then go into the CRM? And again, that's where I'm going, well, man, we can match up the email address. At least it can if we can push it to their CRM. Because the other thing we help dealers, and my background's internet director, so we go spot check leads and go, hey, how come you haven't followed up with this customer for 3 days? Well, they might have did a video, but it's not in there. Do you guys have that ability, or is that a road that you could go down to have that? Yes, we can provide that. That's not a problem, tying it in with the CRM. The other thing that I failed to mention is the salesperson can create a generic introduction. So in other words, hi, my name's Jason. I work here at XYZ Motors. Love the opportunity to put you in this beautiful vehicle. Please give me a call to action type thing.
Yeah.
And that flows right into the video. That way you can use that introduction over and over and over, and you're building rapport with that customer before they even reach your lot. I failed to mention that.
Well, that's good. Can that intro be like a small tidbit of a commercial? I've seen video software tools where maybe it can be like a little 5-second intro of the pan of the dealership, and hey, all of our cars come with a 3,000 mile warranty or whatever. Can it do that too, and not just the personal one, but have like maybe a snippet of a introduction of the
that's called pre-roll, and we can provide pre-roll.
Yep.
We recommend a short pre-roll because the person that clicked on that, they want to see that 2012 Honda Accord. They don't want to see the information about the dealership.
Yeah.
But we have a short pre-roll, and then the post video, we provide that as well.
Okay.
But the unique thing about video is, when you and I first started working together, society was totally different. Our country was totally different 15 years ago. Now, people don't even know who their next door neighbor is, but they go online and they have an online community that they're communicating with, they're keeping in touch with, and then they take recommendations based upon what a complete stranger tells them. And so video really can break down those walls for the dealership. And the salespeople that we have using we have a product that lends itself to lead responding. Mm-hmm. And the salespeople that are using it are just knocking the cover off the ball. They're connecting with their customers, and they're bringing the customer in for a test drive and then selling the vehicle.
Nice. So not only then, obviously they share it socially. They could do it either themselves as a salesperson or as a store. Do you encourage dealerships to do a video on every car, or are you encouraging dealers to, on the lead, every lead they get, or maybe just, hey, a personalized email, or kind of work it the way the dealer thinks they can handle it?
Well, our price point is monthly charge. So it doesn't matter how many videos they shoot. It's unlimited users, unlimited videos. So we encourage them to shoot both new and pre-owned, because quite frankly, people are looking for a video. Even though it's a new vehicle and the blue one is right next to a red one, which is right next to another blue one, they still want to see that that's the vehicle that they've fallen in love with.
Sure. It's funny. I've been in the car business, 18 years, 19 years, 97, so 19 years. And, it's fun. Now that I'm not at a dealership on the vendor end, I shop like a consumer. My wife was just shopping for a minivan, and we were looking at used. Now we started considering leasing a new. She's out shopping on these dealerships' websites, and she was getting frustrated because they had stock photos on new. And then just dealers to get stock, I remember back early 2001, 2002, probably when you guys were helping us was, back then having 9 or 10 photos of used was the big deal. But, I was pushing, let's get 3 or 4 photos of new, just to get that edge too. And it's still surprising to this day. Dealers don't even put new photos, much less a video. Because that's what people are looking for. That's where you get the hook, I think.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's 2016, and dealers still have stock photos on their new vehicles. Yeah. And it's a dealer differentiator, just like video is a dealer differentiator. When someone's shopping online, they're doing so much research online, and they're preparing themselves to walk into the dealership, and they're ready to buy. Yeah. So if your dealership doesn't have photos, in my opinion, you're missing the boat. And when you were talking about 2000, 2002, that's when photos were starting to really come out on the scene. Mm-hmm. So imagine what it was like back then. The dealer didn't have photos at all. And I remember calling on dealers, and they would say to me, I don't have photos and I don't want photos. Now everybody has photos. Yeah. But that's the same way we are with video. You go into a dealership and they think, oh yeah, I got video, when it's the stitched together photos.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you show them full motion VIN specific video, and that's what the customers are looking for. Mm-hmm. And they're going to find a dealer that has it, and that's where they're going to buy their vehicle.
Yeah, my wife was just skipping over those cars, because even if they did have them, and so it was amazing just watching her shopping habits. And I was shopping too, but I was watching the way she's doing things, just again because she's going to shop like anybody else, and I've been encouraging dealers to do that. But to do those photos, but even at that, and I don't know what you do with the U Auto B is the company that you do the photos for. And when I was doing that, I remember I was with another dealer group. You were with me in a different dealer group, but that photo company at that point in time, I think they're charging, I don't know, 15 or 18 bucks a car for used. And I told them I want it new. Well, and I told them I only want 4 or 5 new. Give me an outside shot, front corner, back corner, open the door so they could see the interior color and how it matches up. And then 2, I didn't need, all the window stickers and everything. So I was able to get new done at like $5 a pop instead of paying the 15 because it was just a limited time. And again, I don't know what they charge nowadays, but I didn't need all the stuff. I didn't need window stickers. I didn't need a buyer's guide or addendum, and I didn't need. I just needed half the photos. Now I would do 10, 15, 20 photos of new if I can. But
yes.
Back then, there's ways to work around it and get it done, and you should. And I'm here to tell you, my wife, and I've been in the car business long enough. She's blown past these cars with stock photos.
Yeah.
All right.
The dealers in my opinion, the dealers are smarter, putting a full complement of photos on their new vehicles as well.
Yeah.
And I agree. When I first started doing new car photos, 3 or 4 or 5, 6 photos was enough. But now dealers are doing 20, 25, 30, and it makes a difference because the customer's shopping and they don't think like we do. They don't think, well, it's a new car, so I shouldn't get photos. They're thinking, why don't I have photos?
Well, they're buying the goodies now on these cars. They're buying the nav and the Bluetooth and the Ram truck. The storage areas on the side of the bed, or the Ford where they could lay down the tailgate and drop down a little ladder to help step in. I mean, there's little features like that before you just take a picture of the bed of the truck. Well, there's gadgets all around that vehicle that customers are interested in, and they're not going to drive 30 minutes and hope it has that gadget. Maybe by the picture it looks like it does. They want to see it, and then you can get them in. The more info you get them, but especially video is going to cover all that for them. And so it's awesome.
Well, and video is a huge factor because imagine you've got a Ford F-150 with power running boards.
Mm-hmm.
And without video, it's just a photo of the truck with the running boards down,
sure,
and it's just a photo of a truck. You take a video of that, and you're shooting the video of the side of the vehicle, you open the driver's door, and that power running board comes down. Oh, that's the money shot right there.
Yeah, that's a good shot for that, and because it's not a cheap option either. And so you got to upsell that stuff, and when people can see that stuff and work.
Same way with a van. Your wife, you mentioned your wife is looking for a van.
Yeah.
You're shooting a video of the van, and you hit the remote control where the door opens.
Yeah.
The customer sees that, and a woman looks at that like, wow, I'm carrying my baby, I'm carrying the groceries. All I have to do is push a button. I want that van.
Yeah. And so, and there's even a cool feature I've seen on the Odyssey had a storage bin, but it had a cool button that you'll actually run the air conditioner. And they said it's not like a refrigerator, but it'll keep it cool. But again, just taking 3 or 4 photos won't sell that feature. But that's something that stands out against competitors. But we have about 5-6 minutes left, and again, we can carry longer if we need to. But let's talk about service. At the end of this show, I always try to give a weekly tip. And I'm going to give one on this one. Well, no, you know what? I'm going to give it now. One of the things I've told my dealers, if they always had a hard time, especially Highline dealers, to justify their asking price, it's certified and they do, $1,500, $2,000 of work. They're going to do the tires and brakes and all these things that the other guy won't. Because I'm an Infinity store and it's an Infinity, and Joe Schmo Motors won't do this stuff. And they have a hard time justifying that added value to the customer because he's more money. And I told them, the best thing, what I would do was take a video of a car from getting traded in where it's a little rough to following it through service, having it lifted on the rack, follow that mechanic, measuring the tires, replacing the brakes, to having that car down to maybe the body shop and the dents coming out, to getting detailed and then the final product. And I said, maybe that's, a 5-minute video. Take that 5-minute video, condense it down to 30 seconds to put on autotradercars.com, but take that 5-minute video and put it on your showroom on a flat screen that's a rolling video all day long. And when you get a customer and you're demoing a car and you come in and you need to go get a key to a car or you need to appraise their trade, hey folks, check out this video. It shows you exactly what we do to these cars so you know it's top notch. I'm going to go get your keys and let them watch them what they do to it. And you only need one of those videos and it can last you forever. So one, I think that's huge. I think that would help dealerships justify why their car is that value. You have something not similar, but obviously when customers are, from my understanding, customers are bringing their car into service, it's a video that helps service to maybe when you call the customer and say, hey, you need this part and it's costing $800, I would be like, well, can I see that part and make sure it is bad and should I need it? Is that what your tool does for dealers?
mention something that I think is really important. People eat up video. They love it. And if you splash your website with a video and just allow them to look at it, not everyone's going to look at it, but if you have a video of the wheel guy fixing a wheel, people don't know what that's like. We take it for granted because we're in the car dealership every day. But the paintless dent repair guy, the windshield guy that fixes the crack, people don't understand what that's like. You shoot a video of it, and now these are services that you can offer at your dealership, and it runs through your service department, so it's an additional line item for the dealer, the additional profit center.
And it doesn't cost that much. You need one video. You don't need a video every car. You know, when I told a guy that, he was like, well, you know, he thought it was, you know, I can't do every car. I'm like, no, just do one car. Just show them the steps that you do to show that added value.
Yes, and have a video page or a video button on your website that's various videos. A video of the service department, a video of your parts department, offering all the various parts that you offer, a video of your finance, and the banks that you work at, and we will work with you and get you the loans that you need. And people are craving that information, and if you put it on there, well, it's staying, and if you build it, it will come.
Yeah, and it made me flash back to a time being at that dealership where we worked together. We always had this is 2001, 2002. We'd always have customers in the showroom, hey, where's your parts department? Couldn't find it, you know, or where's your service? So I went out and I took pictures of the door of the parts department and the counter of the parts department and then put it underneath so when people go to our website, they can at least maybe visually see where it's located to help that happen. But yeah, I mean, nowadays, it's video. I mean, show them that stuff, and then it's so much easier now to do that, and it doesn't cost that much money to do it. Because once you do it once, you put it up there, and it's timeless, one, unless you remodel, but two, you can use it for email follow-up, you can use it for your website, you could use it for Google, because you can add photos and videos to Google. There's tons of applications.
Well, video costs you one time. But it works for you 24/7, 365. So it's the value out there. And you had asked also about we have a service piece that allows the service department to shoot video. So a customer comes in for an oil change and tire rotation, and when they rotate the tires, they check the brakes. They notice the brakes are a little bit low. The easiest thing in the world is to shoot a video of showing a new brake pad up against their current brake pad, get out measuring devices, show the customer. Now it's total transparency. And how often is a...
All right, sorry about that. My computer or camera had a little bit of problem. But Tom, go ahead and kind of finish where you're talking. So somebody comes in with the oil change and tire rotation. Well, then you bring it up, and there's issues on that product. But go ahead and kind of explain some of that, what you guys are able to do.
Certainly. What it is, a customer comes in for a tire rotation or oil change. The technician, when he's rotating the tires, he notices the brake pads are a little bit low. He can get the measuring devices out and a brand new brake pad, hold it up against it, shoot a video. And the great thing about our app is you can shoot the video out there and do the voiceover later because you're on a noisy shop, impact wrench, all that type of thing. So then the service manager can do a voiceover later. A service advisor can do a voiceover. And the other thing about it is so often customers coming in, maybe the wife or the husband, and they make decisions together. So you can send them that video, and they can review that video at their home and make a decision in the comfort of their home. Plus, it's total transparency of the dealership. Because how often do you hear your cabin filter needs to be replaced or your air filter, and you're thinking, air filter? I didn't even know I had a cabin filter. What are you talking about? Yeah. And if you could show a new cabin filter next to a dirty cabin filter, it's total transparency.
Sure. And like I said, plenty of times I've taken the car in and I've taken the place I trust, but I'm just getting an oil change and they call me, hey, I got it up on the rack and I noticed this was going on and it's going to be a $300 piece, but the labor's going to be another $700, and it's, you're talking $600, $700, $800 or $1,000 more. And I'd be like, I want to trust him, but man, it'd be nice if he can show me, hey, look, this is the leak, here's the part, and then you can tell it's how hard it's going to get back there, and that's why, it's going to be that. Then I'd be more comfortable to spend that money. But sometimes I go, you know what, does it affect the drive? Is it okay? Well, let's just ride it for a little bit longer. And so that's strong. Now, is that service on video, or what's that product, or...
It's a product called OK My Repair.
Okay, and so
yes.
I think that's pretty strong, and you'd be able to. I know I don't know how long that's been around, but I know it's fairly new. Do you have any kind of stats or any kind of numbers and saying, hey, we've had a dozen dealers trying this and they've seen an uptick in this or anything like that? Do you have any information on that so far? I know it's fairly new out there, but.
Certainly. We've got a dealer group we're working with. We did a test on one of their stores just to see how things went. It was a 30-day test. Before the 30-day test was over, they said they wanted to roll it out to the rest of their network. And not only that, they're changing their policy. Before they used to contact customer via phone. They would call their customers. Now everything is done with video. The owner of the dealer said, if you're sending a communication of any type, if it doesn't have a video, don't send it. And they're noticing an open rate of about, before they were getting 1% on emails, now they're telling us they're getting 25%. And they live in their dealership is in a college town. And so they're crushing it with the young people that are, having their phone with them all the time, watching a video, seeing their dream car, showing it to their friends, sharing it on Facebook. So it's making a big difference.
And that's probably perfect. My son's soon to be going off to school. He's going to be 3 to 4 hours away. And if he had a problem with his vehicle, took it in the shop, part of me would go, are they just trying to take advantage of him because he's young and they want, but if they could send me a video, hey Dad, it's going to cost this much, and send me a video of it, then I'd be more comfortable that, sad to say, but some shops, not necessarily dealers, but there's tons of shops out there that take advantage of the people in those situations, and young people or females, you hear about it all the time. And shoot, they can take advantage of me. I never hardly get underneath the hood of a car or underneath the car to fix much things. So having that video to validate it is huge.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know why a dealer wouldn't take advantage, because I do think obviously it's cutting edge. Not only that, I deal with dealerships with internet departments and processes. And what percentage of service customers do they actually get an email address from? I bet it's very little. But when you implement a process of this video, you're almost going to have 80 to 100% penetration, unless the customer just don't want to give it to you. But if you explain to them, hey, well, we're going to send you a video of your car being repaired, what email address can we send it to? I can't see why you can't get 100% of customers giving that.
Yeah, and years ago, dealers when they left it up to the salespeople, advisors, hey, it's optional whether you got an email address. It didn't happen. But when you mandate it, your numbers go way up. And that's just future customers right there.
All right, well, one last thing. You got anything, one last thing to kind of, not necessarily pitch, but put out there for dealers as we wrap up here?
I would say that we are in a position now with video that we were in 15 years ago with photos. And the dealers that started using photos, the early adopters, really got a leg up on the competition. So whether you use our video product or someone else's video product, video is the future. We all know it's the future. You hear it at every conference you go to. So it's really time to get into video, whether it's our product or someone else's. Sure. If you start shooting video, you will notice a big difference. The hang time with your customers on your website, it's a dealer differentiator.
Now, to wrap this up, if they did want to check out your product, what's your web addresses for them to check it out?
It's www.autosonvideo.com. And you can check us out on Facebook as well. Autos on Video there as well. And check us out. We'd love to work with you. We love working with dealers.
You going to NADA?
We are. We don't have a booth, okay, but we are working the crowd.
But if dealers, anybody watching this is going to air on Monday. Anybody watching this, they could maybe call you or email you, maybe schedule a time to sit down with you at the show if they're going to be there, and maybe do something personal there. So check them out on their website. Tom, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. It's good to catch up with you again, and we'll see you at NADA.
Thank you so much, Jason.
Thanks guys. Again. Talk to you later.